Hey, Pastor George here with My Guns and My Religion. I got a special treat for you today. I was thinking about legacy guns and things that we've had for a long time. So I'm going to show you the first gun I ever owned. So here we go, the big unveiling. My extremely unremarkable Browning T-Bolt. So this little 22 caliber beauty I got 45 years ago on a Christmas. It's got a 5-round magazine. Heaven help you, I don't know if you can even get these anymore. This particular rifle was made in Belgium, and it's called a T-Bolt because unlike a lot of bolt action rifles that you have to kind of go up and then back, this rifle just goes, it's a straight back action like that, right? Bolt comes out real simple. And the reason why I got to be pretty good at taking the bolt out is I was 10 years old when my dad gave me this rifle. It was a little bit different configuration then, and he told me I could either have the rifle to hold on to, or I could have the bolt, but I couldn't have both. Talking about some pretty decent gun safety with my dad. Like I say, it's in 22 caliber. This particular one was made in Belgium. Like I said, I got this about 45 years ago. And this is what happens, kids, when you don't take care of a gun. This originally had a real high gloss finish to it. Now it's a little bit more matte now, and it had a blued barrel furniture. And you'll notice that now it is Parkerized, and that the front sight is missing, and that is because as a young man I did not take very good care of this gun. So I had it refinished, and I oiled the stock and had the barrel Parkerized. It's a good shooter, always was. So let's go take it out to the range for a little bit. I've been working this target down here. I just put that scope on, so I've been working on this, you can't see it, that black target up above the silhouette. I'm trying to sight that rifle in. I think I've got it just about where I want it. Originally, this gun had an insert right that would go right in here into the receiver, and it turned it from a magazine-fed firearm to a single shot. And I remember going to the range with my dad every Saturday, and I'd take a shot, and Dad would look down range, he'd tell me to open the bolt, and he'd give me another bullet. And what a big deal it was when he felt that I was safe enough with that gun and experienced enough with it that he finally took the single shot little plastic adapter out and gave me the magazine. And I remember, that first time, my hands like shaking, loading up 5 rounds of 22 caliber long rifle ammunition into that magazine. I was like, oh boy, I have arrived. 11 years old, I got my rifle, I got my magazine, let's shoot. So there we'd be with the local gun club, my dad and his buddies and their sons and myself. They'd all be down at the pistol range and showing off their latest revolver, because back in those days revolvers were the big deal. And my dad had his 1911. He was a rare bird indeed, but that was his gun. And this one was mine. And I was down at the other end of the range with the boys. And at that time I was kind of jealous, because some of the guys had magazine-fed, tubular magazine-fed semi-auto rifles, and I had this bolt action. But you know what? Right now, I wouldn't trade it for anything. And interestingly enough, back then, we didn't use these. the men did, but us boys didn't. I guess they figured that 22 didn't make enough noise to warrant needing hearing protection. Many a squirrel has met his untimely demise from this rifle. And more than one rabbit. I just put this scope on here. It's not really the right kind of scope for a 22. Still works 45 years later. Let's go take a look at that disastrous target. You know, people ask me, I think sometimes they wonder, I say, well, why are you so into guns? And, you know, what's the big deal? What's really the big deal? And I get to thinking about this 45-year-old rifle, you know, and all the days that I've shot it, and all the time in the field that I've spent with it, and you know, the fact that my dad gave it to me, and the time I spent with him and all his friends down at the local range. And I think, you know, it's more than just an object. It's heritage. It's part of me, and I'm gonna love sending this down to my grandson one day. See, we're getting that thing aimed in. This is this is my dial-in procedure. That was the first shot I took, and we got it moved over, and I moved it too high. Looks like I still got to take and move that down just about another quarter turn, another quarter click at it's 125 yards. So, you know, not so bad. Not so bad. Let's see. Let's see. How big is a squirrel head? Yep, I have to bring it down about another quarter of an inch. And then squirrels, watch out. Well, anyway, from snow-covered northeastern Pennsylvania, hope you enjoyed this little vignette of my first gun. Hey, keep your powder dry. Mullen Labe. God bless. All right, man, tell us who you are and what you're shooting.
My name is Eric, and this is a P14 Enfield, a 1917 and 303 British.
Nice. Eric picks these guys up. He's a local gunsmith, and he buys these guys at auction. And I was just down here at the range, and I said, "Well, let's see this thing shoot, man." That looks to be just about dead on after 100 years. You just took out the target. It's gone. That's a big round. Now this was the pretty much in the same line as the 30-06, 308, 762 by 54R, kind of vintage. Now, was this originally black powder design or smokeless design?
I believe so. They started out with the Lee Metford, and they were 303 black powder, and then they upgraded to the Mark 7 in, I don't know.
A long time ago, before we were born.
Yep.
All right. Thanks, Eric.
Not a problem.